back. We are live here at SFMA 2022 with Leah Withrow of the Reno Aces. And we're going to be talking about her 2021 field renovation and kind of what is going to follow now going into the new year. You know, what we've seen is anytime someone gets a new field or any improvement at the facility, then the events start rolling in. So I saw that recently you said, I think you did like the Remember the Titans TikTok, and it was like you needed perfection out of this crew that came in for the event. So definitely want to get into that. But to start, just walk us through what the beginning of 2021 looked like, and how you guys started on this field renovation.
So in our season in 2020 was postponed and then completely canceled.
Mm-hmm.
There was talks to try to do this renovation in the fall of 2020, and 2020 happened and there's no money flow, and that was not a possibility anymore. But I had spent the entirety pretty much of 2020 bidding and planning and calling everybody I knew who had recently done renovation and getting quotes and numbers, and that I have a manila folder that's like this thick of just like notepad scribbles of everything I did to prepare.
Yeah.
Hired everybody I thought was the best of the best, and then 2021 came around. January, we did all of our soil tests, confirmed where we were with our root zone, what we needed to fix, tried to find lots of different sand to blend with our old root zone, finding the right mix, and then everything was starting to fall into place, and we got the go-ahead, and then it was happening. And you're like, I just spent almost an entire year working towards this right here, and now it's happening.
Breaking ground.
Yes.
Well, that's so interesting. I like, especially at the minor league level, like it is a lot of one-man bands in a lot of senses where it's like, but to think that you were even doing the quote, like finding the quote process, doing the bids on all of these, that's just another element that I would have never considered. Like, was that your first dose of it, or like, how did you even learn how to do something like that?
When our president came to us and said that this was a possibility, let's start getting numbers together. Thankfully, this industry is as amazing as it is, and I have people's phone numbers from conferences like this where I can call up and be like, the Rockies just did one. Can I call that guy up and see if he's willing to talk about what he did, what he would change, what he likes about his field so far? And then it's calling the last minor league guy that got one, and the new build that just happened for like the trash pandas, or like it's literally reaching out to people via Twitter or text or phone call and getting all the information they had, and then going forth with it.
Trying to replicate it.
It was a team effort from all of professional baseball.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, they didn't know it, but like they were my assistants for pretty much all of 2020 trying to get this renovation figured out.
That's awesome. And then once ground broke, you were kind of managing that whole process by yourself. You were the only grounds crew member present.
Yeah. So I still haven't found an assistant. I had no seasonals. It was me and amazing crew. Thankfully, the one job you have during a renovation is just to hire the right people. And if you hired the right people, then you're not having to micromanage. You're not having to oversee as much as you think you have to. And thankfully, I did my job, and I didn't have to do that. So Cam Toon with Dura Edge and Nate with Desert Green Turf worked flawlessly. We had Foremost quarterbacking the whole thing, planning, design, getting MLB approval, because this is right after PDL agreements happened. So now Major League owns minor league. Every field renovation change or any change to the field has to go through Major League Baseball. So with the help of Foremost and many, many, many people, we got it all figured out. But it was just me day to day coming in 7 to 7 with the guys, making sure they were good, getting them lunch, getting them waters, making sure everybody was taken care of. Because if you take care of them, they take care of you. And I was talking about this yesterday, but it was like summer camp for 4 weeks. Like it's the same people every day. And you come in and you're just a weird family bonded over this weird
long
experience.
Hours
because it doesn't happen a lot. Like there's a lot of groundskeepers that go an entire career without a renovation. So like there's a lot of people who don't know that when you spend hours, day by week, by months together, that bond is special, and they were awesome.
So it took about 4 weeks from the time they started until you guys had a field that you could start promoting in a sense?
Yeah, so it was scheduled for 6 weeks. It only took
Okay.
4. Thankfully,
Nice.
weather was nice in Reno in February for once, and we got it done in 4 weeks. And we took weekends off, and we were actually just really efficient with our time. They were really great, and then we had the entire planning for the month of March for grow-in.
Okay.
Sod was laid like March 3rd, and then spent all of March growing it in. Minor league baseball season got delayed. We were supposed to start in April, and then we ended up starting in May, which was fine with me. Another extra month of growing. Let's go. So then by May, it was glowing. We had roots. It was solid.
Awesome. And then we kind of touched on it at the beginning, but you guys started, how many events did you have this season then with the new facility?
Special event wise, we had 5 really or significantly big ones where flooring and stuff was laid.
Okay.
Nitro Circus was one. That was the
fun.
Remember the Titans TikTok? See forklifts driving on the warning track, and it makes me nervous. I'm like, if you think about putting that forklift on any blade of grass, you're done.
And how do you manage those, like, or how do you translate that expectation to them to make sure that it's, you know, a trusting relationship, but also that they don't cross you?
It's what's nice about certain events, especially Nitro Circus, they work in many, many ballparks. So they understand. They work with hundreds of groundskeepers a year. They understand the expectation. They don't want to do any more damage than they already know that they have to do. So they're pretty respectful, but it's a mutual agreement where it's like, I'll stay out of your way so you can get this event out of off my field, and they'll vice versa so they can leave and go to the next city. So everyone's just trying to be the most efficient as possible to get this all over with.
And it just like a matter of the fact now that events are going to be coming into play for a sports field manager. It's almost inevitable that it will become a part of your role at some point in time if you're going to be on the sports turf side. So, you know, how did you, like, what advice could you have for somebody that, you know, is going to be taking on one for the first time this season, or they've had, you know, unsuccessful ones in the past? Like, going forward, what did you find successful that they could possibly take with them?
So it's all preparation. As long as you've got a schedule, they're coming in on Thursday, event is Friday night, they're leaving Saturday morning. You need to be planning 2 weeks ahead. What fungicide do I need to put down for how much flooring is going down?
Yeah.
Looking at weather, managing your staff, getting your staff all figured out, and then setting the expectation with the front office. The thing we have a lot of problems with, unfortunately, is between groundskeepers to the special event guy to the vendor, there's that third party in the middle that you have to communicate with your special events guy. They need to be off the field at XYZ time, or they can come down the ramp at XYZ time, and trusting that guy to relay the message so that the vendor coming in is fully understanding and aware, and you're not getting any surprises. So it's a lot of communication and preparation and being upfront with your needs, because nobody wants to see the field turn out like crap after an event. Like, no one in the front office wants that. They want to make money, but they also want to respect you and your job, and they're not trying to make it harder than it already is. They know. And so it's just setting your expectations with them that I need this and this and this, and if they're okay with that, then we can do this event.
Yep. And so going forward, I've met your assistant, Max. Yeah. Do you guys have any exciting things happening in the new season, or are you guys going to have anyone else on board to kind of help you manage what's ahead?
Thankfully, it's not just me this spring. I'm so relieved to be coming into this new year with somebody. And then we actually just hired an intern, so I'm really excited to get another set of hands. And we're still looking for a seasonal, an 8-month seasonal, but if anybody wants to move to Reno, we're 30 minutes from Tahoe. It's really pretty.
Oh, very cool.
We only pull tarp twice.
Just
saying, it's a big selling point. But I'm excited that I have help. Yeah. I'm looking forward to not being so overwhelmed this spring, like trying to wake the field back up, trying to get things ready for high school baseball. We have college baseball games getting scheduled now. We got Nitro Circus on the radar this summer. We got concerts on the radar this summer. They're already cooking upstairs, and I'm sitting here and I'm like getting emails at the bar, and I'm like, I will deal with this when I get back.
Yep. Well, and just to be able to share that, I mean, that mental space with another person when an event
Oh,
comes
gosh.
in, because I just can't even imagine like what that was doing it by yourself. Like, talk about mental health. Jeez.
It thankfully, like I can't. I have no more words to describe how amazing our renovation crew was.
Yep.
Like truly, truly salt of the earth people, like human beings, but also just very good workers.
Yep.
And we're all kind of the same person, and it worked really well. So I'm like really, I can't say enough good things about them, thankfully. But when you're doing a renovation like that and you're needing extra hands and you don't have them, it's very stressful and you're panicked a little bit, spread really thin for a really long time, especially the grow. And once the crew left, when you're used to having 10, 12 guys at the field every day and then they all leave.
Yep.
And I walked into the field for the first time without them all there and I was like, well, now what am I supposed to do?
It's like that SpongeBob episode where he's like, it's only friends.
It's just us guys. It's me and me.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for doing this. And you're going to stick around for the Women in Turf panel?
I will be here.
Perfect. So I'll hit you with some more questions then.
Thank you.